Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Trying Out. Today's Trying Out is for a game called Songs of Conquest. Let's go ahead and bring that on screen. I think we're going to want the mouse captured. Voila. Oh, just a little bit loud there. Welcome to Songs of Conquest. I'm welcoming you to it as if I have been here a long time, but no, this is my first time launching the game. I know a little bit about the game just from reviews. What you're looking at right now is primarily what drew me to the game. It's one of those games that has this kind of pixel art style that for whatever reason just really stood out to me. And also the gameplay was interesting to me. So this game is frequently compared to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, I believe. You gotta be careful with Heroes of Might and Magic because I have not played any of the games in the series, but what I do know is that like pretty much every game in this series, it's like it plays completely differently. There might be a few that are like kind of the same, like dungeon crawler, first-person dungeon crawler games, but like I know there's a lot of differences. But I have never played those games, so I do not necessarily have that nostalgia factor going. But what I did see of the game, it looks pretty interesting, and it has just recently had a 1.0 release. In fact, if you are interested in the game, it is currently, at the time of recording, no longer discounted. I was too late on getting the video out. It was discounted for a while because it was launching 1.0 release. Is it worth 1.0? I don't know. I haven't been following the game. I know there's been people maybe feeling that the single-player content is a bit lacking, but it still looked interesting to me. I knew I was going to get it eventually, so here we are. And let's take a look. Here's a pro tip for all you PC gamers out there. If you don't know this already, now you should really ideally configure this in your NVIDIA or whatever your graphics card maker is. You should configure it at the graphics card level because it's gonna do a better job of this. But you should really limit your frame rate. Otherwise, the game is going to be like generating frames as fast as you can. Your GPU is gonna be maxed out, so you wanna limit the frame rate. I generally turn off a VSync as well, because if I want VSync, I want to use G-Sync, and I think it's better to do that through the NVIDIA control panel. Yeah, frame rate limiting, important. There's a lot more I could say about like what I've learned over the years of setting up video settings. And there's some really specific thing around like if you have a G-Sync monitor, if you're still one of those people like me, rather than like a FreeSync or whatever, about like what do you set up? Do you have to turn on VSync as well? It's yeah. We'll not get into that. That's a tangent. Looks like we've got some controls. Does it have controller support? I'm always curious. I don't feel a game like this would be fun to play on controller. It does have some nice hotkeys though. I'm sure we'll learn over time. So where do we jump in with this game? What is the new player rails? There's tutorials. I'm guessing these are... Yeah, okay. These are just gonna be shown in game. Nice, good job on the UI. It's a really polished looking experience when you first launch it up. You see all that nice chunky sprite work. It just... I like the look of that. It reminds me of the new trend of 2.5D games, and it might actually be going for that, it's a little bit hard to tell, because you see that they have shadows behind the objects, but those could just be drawn. But like the flames here, that's clearly a particle effect. So I don't know how they're doing this. And there's a bloom on the light here. Oh, yeah. Looking how it's casting the light, it might actually. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to see. We'll not overanalyze it. Maybe campaign is the way to start. Nice, got some nice chunky sound effects. And this is running great. High frame rate. I really like it. Sometimes with like sprite-based games, you know, you turn the frame rate up there, but the sprites don't have in-betweens, you know. They only have a certain number of frames of animation, so sometimes things can look bad when you turn the frame rate up, but it looks like some elements are actually interpolating, so it looks pretty smooth. So let us, which of these do we just start from the left? Or yeah, I think we do. It says first, second, third, fourth, so yeah, we probably just start from here. And there's community campaigns. Just gonna be honest, I'm probably not going to be super into the lore here. It's not really an established franchise. And I do read some fantasy novels. Like, I am into some fantasy series, but not super hardcore into it. Although, I guess one of them that I read, you kind of have to be in order to really get what's going on. That would be Malazan, by the way, if you're curious. But yeah, one sec. It looks like my video's not showing up. I never knew that I would have to do this. Might have to restart. I can see the video just fine. Let me refresh my stream. Come on. What does it say? Unlisted? Oh no. It did this. Did this again. Now how do I make it go public? I thought I had selected it as being public. One moment, just a moment. Maybe I do it through channel content. New YouTube streamer issues. Yeah, it's unlisted. Let's go public and publish it. It's okay, no one was going to watch it anyway. Live, but no, you can if you want to, and we'll have the archive still. The fact that it is public or not. Although I was confusingly told by an interested party that the stream was, I couldn't see the video. But that's a different issue than it's not even public. It's just unlisted. Anyway, it's public now. Hopefully YouTube decides to publish it. But, you know, who knows? It seems like YouTube generally only publishes when... No, it said publish, so... Yeah. Anyway, back to the actual game. So, we are Celia Stoutheart. Some character I do not care about. I'm sure they have a very deep lore. I don't fault them for doing that. It's kind of like a... What difficulty do we want to do? The question is, what do people recommend? I guess it has to do with like how the AI's resources compare to yours. Search is failing me. Some people like to play in multiplayer, I guess, if they don't like... Oh, they have a little page here. AI has no cheating abilities. Slight income advantage. Oh, I just want an answer of what should I start on. Let's just pick the middle option, because then we can go down if we want. Apologies for... I just like to start things off right, you know? Lost shipments. Okay. Travel to Flint Hills. Okay, here we have the overworld map. The sprite scaling. It's pretty good. It has that, something I kind of don't like. Oh, this is definitely a 2.5D game, because you can see how the shadows are changing. Can't say that they should be doing that, because the angle of the light isn't changing. So that's a little bit weird. And it adds... Does it add more of a tilt shift effect? It does. You can see some blurring up at the top. Though not so much blurring at the bottom. Usually with a tilt shift, it's like the middle band that is in focus. And then you blur the bottom and the top, but that's okay. I suppose that could get confusing. Maybe a very mild blurring going on. Yeah. So it's weird that the shadow's angle is changing. Yeah, it could be intentional, because... Yeah, well. We've got nice chunky sprite, and as we zoom out, looks okay too. So, yeah, that's good. Sprite scaling can be really not done and not great. And they managed to do it without... I mean, it looks fine to my eyes, but also we're playing at 2K resolution, so that helps. Without not seeing jaggies, it looks good to me. And just the first thing I noticed, that's why I'm talking about. I know we're not actually doing anything. Now, do we just move along the path? I have seen one stream of somebody playing Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That's about what I know about the that game. I guess I watched a video of somebody reviewing this game too. Destination, click to move. We can right click to inspect. No. Can you tell us things? Oh, we have to walk to it. We got XP from visiting it. How do we make the little tooltip pop up? It's I don't... Oh, that's fairly snappy. So we right click to select and then right click again to confirm. And we didn't get to see that message. So that's great. Must not have been that important. So we right click and then left clicking gets rid of it. Right clicking again lets us confirm. Guess we can't go this way. What if we visit it again? +2 movement. What is now happening? we have to end the turn. Okay, so you have like a certain number of movement points. Pressing space, I guess that doesn't do it. We get an autosave. Now let's actually go where we were supposed to go. Visit. Where's our movement? How do we know how far we can move? It says 14. Oh, here. Cool. That's an interesting way of doing it. Don't see why we wouldn't go visit these. Stolen orbs, one thing. Uprising against troops, more serious. Okay, we can take dagger or gold. Don't know what either of them are useful for. We have nothing. Let's take the dagger. Let's... Oh, it auto-equipped. Offense, defense, movement. Okay. Some skills here. Okay, so we get a... This can sometimes be problematic if you... In a lot of games where you can zoom out far, you generally just want to zoom out as far as you can so you can see everything, and then you miss out on all the details. But it's like, you want as much situational awareness as possible. And also, most games will fade out some of the environmental sounds and even the music when you're zoomed out this far. And so it can get problematic. I had that issue with Dyson Sphere program. It's like a Factorio-like game. Let us continue. We can queue it up. Oh, E. Lovely. I swear, every time I try to go live, it switches the visibility to unlisted. And I always forget that I have to manually set it to public. Well, now I know. Yet another thing I have to remember to do, otherwise the stream just isn't going to work. You have the ability to have upload defaults in YouTube, but those don't affect the live stream defaults. So it's really fun. I'm learning all of the little gotchas. I probably shouldn't be ranting about behind the curtain shit when I'm supposedly trying out a game, but I'm enjoying what I see so far. Wounded soldiers. Corvus reserves await your command. How did they know that I was coming? Scouts detected hostiles about. The gold mine to the south has been seized by rebels. Well-armed force at Flint Hills. We took heavy casualties. We're forced to retreat. I'm not even going to get started on this from medieval. Well, some fantasy settings are... They do... Reading Malazan has spoiled me. They do a really good job of, like, trying to keep it realistic. Like, they know what they're talking about in terms of, like, medieval combat. I know medieval is a very hand-wavy term, but you know what I mean, like not modern combat with guns. Of course there's magic, and that throws things off, but I really like when I feel like I'm learning something about the actual world when I'm reading at something that's speculative fiction. So we can, what is this? Move as many as possible to your wielder. Why is there two ways of doing it? Those are the same thing. Okay. So I guess it's kind of like another game that I do have and have played a little bit, Conquest of Elysium. which I get confused because it has Conquest in the name. But yeah, you need a commander, and then you have your grunts basically attached to them. Curious what these flags here are. You can move them around. What is that for? What's a troop? So are they part of us now? I guess we're called a wielder. How do we see what troops we have? I guess we can see those. Oh, those are attached to us, basically? Okay. We don't have another wielder active, so it's hard to know, like, which of these are fixed and which of them are tied to who we have selected. Go ahead and see what this is. Draw upon essence of her troops to wield mighty spells. Yes. Okay, this is a temporary buff. Cool. So we need to take back the gold mine and retake Flint Hills and not die. I do like that the game is auto-saving after every turn. I hope that those are a rolling autosave. Let's take a look at our stats and see if we can... Wow, that turn just... Like, I barely even saw a notification. So very simple looking at first glance. Offense is added to its troops. Melee offense and ranged offense. Same with defense. There is not a separate magic. View radius. Also difference how much information is revealed from scouting. See, I don't like descriptions like that. Like, what level, what do I see at what level? And we can see how it all stacks up. Okay. It specifically calls out ranged and melee. So, what's the difference between defense and melee resistance? That's pretty cool. That's a good way of being able to see what's going on. You're breaking it down by modifier. Starting to get flashbacks to Path of Exile, Diablo, etc. Got some skills over here. 3 troops. What is a troop? Oh, these must be troops. Interesting. So it's a stack of units of the same type. Be curious to see how that looks when we actually get into a battle. Okay. What about troop stats? Of course, size, damage, health. What does damage mean? How does that relate to melee and ranged offense? Is damage the actual damage they deal, and then offense and defense is the chance to hit? And why is there range and deadly range? Do we have any spells? Ooh. We do. Does this mean we have them, or we have to... Oh, we don't have enough essence to cast them. Make sense of this later. So is this a way where it gradually ramps up over time? Essence? Huh. What I really wanted to know, is there a info Yes, there's the codex. Excellent. You can revive leaders wielders if they die. Indeed, those troops are tied to the wielder. Why does advanced show up before basics? I know why. It's because it's sorted alphabetically. I suppose that's fine. You don't need to kill all enemy units. They're going to show us these pop-ups probably. Initiative. So it's turn by turn as opposed to like speed. So you can't have units taking multiple turns. So always a key thing with these turn-based tactics games is it truly, is there a set turn order, or is it like speed-based where units can be hasted and then they can have more turns? You know, high-speed units get more turns, things like that. You generate essence. Oh, so essence actually ramps up in the middle of a battle and at the beginning and each round. Got obstacles. High ground is good. Double damage within deadly range. Okay, that's what that means. And you do have attacks of opportunity, so you can't just move through units. Some tactics games, that's a specific ability that you need, preventing people from moving past you. But in this, it's just standard. Well, you can move past you, but you can attack them. Though you only get one attack of opportunity. So you can send a weak troop there and then send someone stronger past. Sort of sacrificial pawn to absorb the attack of opportunity. Momentum. So you get stronger as you get more killed? That seems snowball-y. Interesting. They still didn't tell us about the stats. In essence, it seems it's very much about what you can do in battle. We've got a whole settlement building thing here, which we won't quite get into just yet. Oh, they tell us. So we are on Worthy. That seems fairly standard. No malices or bonuses. That's a word for something that is negative, by the way. Malice. Malice with a U. As opposed to bonus. Useful word to have. For games. Just telling us about wielders and units. No. They're not telling us about stats. That's too bad. I really respect it when a game has an actual like explanation of how that stuff works. But I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Why is it a question mark? Guess we'll visit this on the way. Sure, we could use some more rangers. I can just press F5 and get a quick save. Very nice. Take back the mine. You have to wonder at the logic of a tiny little militia trying to hold out against us. There's no way. No way. Although if they've really had time to set up, this could actually be really bad for us. But no, we're going to fight on a level playing field. So they have 26 to 50. And we get to place troops. They're all just a single stack, huh? That's interesting. I was like, do we have to place all 16 of them? That's really interesting. Do we get to be there? Oh, or we just cast. So we heard that having higher ground is beneficial for ranged troops. This is probably not going to go well for us. Right click to move and attack. Left click for info. Turn orders based on initiative. But I still I'm not quite clear on, oh, I love this, look. This is making me a little sick. I probably shouldn't have pointed that out. You see how it's kind of going up and then it's like we're fighting on like a hill. That's making me that's going to take some getting used to. It's such a silly thing to be bothered by, but doesn't it look so weird? You know what it reminds me of? Animal Crossing on the DS, the original Nintendo DS Animal Crossing. I think it was just called Animal Crossing DS. It kind of looked like that. You were like, it was such a tiny, tiny little screen. So you were like running. It was like you were running on an endless cylinder. It was pretty funny. I really enjoyed that game though. When, back when I was young enough to enjoy that. So we are acting in turn order. Left click gives us info. My thought was put the melee troops to protect the archers. And it looks like we're just up against militia, which 5 and 3. Their melee. What is their range? So if they have no range listed, it's just 1, because they don't have a range listed. So what we don't want to do, can they attack? Can they move and attack? Also, something I'm interested to learn about. This doesn't look that great for us, but we won't be able to cast any spells just yet. So do we actually want to just wait until because they have no wielder. Do we want to just wait and turtle? Oh, and it says what each troop generates. Because if I move up, they're just gonna all shoot him. What are the ranges we see here? So the solid lines, and their movement is 2. So the dotted lines are where they will be able to hit. Does that mean if they do a max move and then attack? So why would I not just do this? Oh, and now it's Archer's turn. Very snappy. I love that. To go between turns. Wait, somehow we managed to move into their range. Undo, undo. Don't think we'll be undoing. Yeah, see, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, that's cool how that works. Remember, I've never played HOM before. Using that to refer to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. So that's cool. So the health bar ticks down and then the number is like the number of health bars, but they progressively get weaker. That's really interesting. See, I almost like playing new games more than actually like mastering a game I already know. There's just so much novelty. I could in the end I could find this game very frustrating, but I've played some turn-based tactics games, especially I started playing Tactics Ogre, but modded the One Vision mod, which is a very deep cut. But if you know, you know. And man, I burnt out on that pretty darn fast. Although if I was playing it on stream, I could see myself definitely continuing to play it. No, don't do that. Undo. Damn it. Is there an undo? I misclicked. No. No, I got what I deserved. Well, let's cast a spell. So... Oh, so it costs the troops' turn. It's back to safety. So you cannot move and attack. Is that how it works? Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. So, I love that it just populates with castable spells. We don't have to go digging through this. And I'm finding the shortcut keys very well positioned so far, very easy to pick up. So we got debuffs and we've got buffs. Initiative might roll over and eventually let us take multiple turns. I'm not sure. We're already at the front of the queue, and it says round. Yeah, you know, the fact that it says round kind of tells me that everybody gets a turn every round. There's no such thing as taking 2 turns, but who knows? So I don't think we want to cast something that benefits that. Range and deadly range, or defense. Spell damage. Spell damage is not that useful. Damage and -10 initiative, also not that useful. Oh, duration is how long the effect lasts. I see. So we don't just cast it. We need to cast it when we're actually ready to do something. What actions can we actually take? Like, why do we not just stand here? Can he actually reach that far? Wow, he can. Come closer. So we could move into range. We're gonna be reachable by everybody. Maybe we will do that troop movement? I don't know. Troop turn. And they get defense. Wait, but if we attack on our turn. I don't understand. They all have overlapping zones of coverage. At least we will stay out of deadly range. So we still have that. Okay. Let's focus. Oh, this guy's almost dead. Wow, okay. I am way overthinking this. So did we have protection until the start of our next turn? I guess so. We can move an attack. So how much movement does an attack cost? Oh, we get counterattacked when we melee. Or is that an attack of opportunity? Oh, it's called a retaliation. Okay. Another thing that's happening is we are losing permanent resources. I'm not sure if health regenerates, but the number of troops is going to go down the more that we... So we're incentivized to avoid taking super heavy losses, which we could possibly do. Why don't we keep... It says just deals 5 damage. Duration 2 rounds. Oh, 5 damage doesn't mean -5 of those numbers. Can we stack protection multiple times? So let's see. +10, +10%. Yes, we can. Multiple things can be stacked, and we might as well use that stuff, because... I managed to make what should have been a very easy battle take a rather long time. And it is showing us that we did take some losses. Ah, skill tree. Can we actually see what the progression looks like? Or is it always like this? We can improve a random skill, we can get a new skill, or we can upgrade command. Survivability seems good. Are we going to be going up against melee troops? Or do we increase damage across the board? Best defense is a good offense. So now we end. We got the gold mine. Claim. Sweet, so it gives us gold per round. I love that effect. I like when they combine just, you know, normal 2D pixel work with... oh, we can actually pick this up with, you know, shaders and things like that, and lighting systems. Always looks cool. One thing I was going to say is there's some games that have this look to them that it's just like pixel vomit look, especially in motion. One game that I got that impression was it's called Dead Cells. But again, I haven't played it. I know people like that game, but just some games that sometimes I just am not here for the retro style pixelated look. But it's looking... I like how it looks in this. So on we go to retake Flint Hills. We are not regenerating troops, but their health is regenerated. That life bar we saw in battle, I guess. We can keep visiting this, but it costs... Already visited it. So, can I see what my buffs are currently? We have creation and order essence. Guess those are different paths or schools of magic. What's this? And it lasts a whole battle. Wow, we could just... Nothing is happening, so we can just kind of walk around endlessly. Sure, we'll take him. Sure, we'll take him. I imagine this is not how a typical game goes. Why is our offense 0? Oh, the old battlefield actually debuffed our offense. Well, that's interesting. Let's see what we have up here. However far that I can go. We can just queue it up and then end turn. Empire of Aurelia. Span the world. There's the Empress. The golden years of our M1 Empire Empress to rule them all. Yes, I'm sure that is a utopian situation. Oh, it tells us a relative threat level. I can say it's fun so far. It's not challenging at all, which is good. Can't these troops just see that there's no way they can stand up to us? Like, that's something in games that always is a little weird, because people just, they're not going to, generally speaking, they're not going to take a fight they can't win. This is hilarious. We just have this lame stack of 2. Can we not deploy them? So we can't just say, hey, I don't want... No, it's not like Mountain Blade. Alright, we'll just kind of let him chill. We want the archer up high. The higher the better. And we'll try to isolate this group over here, although the battlefield is so small and simple, it doesn't feel like it leaves a whole lot of... Using spell cost essence. Hey, that's what we've been doing. Essence per round, essence per turn. It's orange, but it doesn't let me find out more info about it. It's disappointing. Spell damage power, higher spell tiers. Very cool. How do we get those higher spell tiers? Do they... Is it something we do at level up? Here we are back in the thick of it. Let's try to make it so only... Does it cost movement to go up and down? Oh, we can left click to find movement cost. No, it doesn't. Not at all. We'll let this guy shoot us. Wow. Outside range. Oh, of this one. Yeah, you're just gonna hang out here. Minus 50% range damage. Oh, because we moved, right? I guess we end turn. Oh, they can move and shoot. So they moved to get into range. Let's protect. Wait, but that was not advisable because protection grants... It doesn't grant ranged resistance, does it? It grants, why can't we see his current bonuses and maluses? It says affected by, but it doesn't say... Oh, ranged resistance, shield. Oh, that's because we have a shield. Okay. So perfect for charging down these guys. They have a different animation when they're at below half strength, it seems. No, it won't be doing anything. Can't, like, defend or anything. Momentum. Let's get the high ground. We actually can take a shot. So. Oh, it's just defense that we get. And we can stack it. Love that we don't get in the way of our own archers. This moves very fast. And we still have movement left over. So long, nice and fast. Almost too fast. Can get you into trouble, as it has multiple times in Jupiter Hell. Which, once we get back to that game, I will make a comment about that. I know something I've been doing wrong. It was probably the reason that I lost my previous run, but that's for a different video. Bannerless Knights. Seems fine. Is there like a rock, paper, scissors sort of situation with like sword, bow, melee? Let's see. Not really. Every step grants them additional melee offense, and they have ranged resist. They do too. They do not. Ambush, though. They're long range. Suppose we need to close the distance. Also, their numbers are really small. Let's just blindly charge in. There's this rock pile in front of us. We'll do more damage. Oh, it gives us a nice little estimate of how many we'll kill. That's going to do a lot, because he got a nice move in, so we should have maybe been a little more careful. But now that he's here, he's kind of stuck. Oh, I didn't need to do that, because if I killed, there was no need to buff our defense. If the counterattack... Oh, it helped us here, I guess. Love how fast it moves. Turn-based tactics games can sometimes get very slow. To the point where you wish you had, like, speed up, like in an emulator. Which, depending on the game you're playing, you might have. Like, if you're playing Tactics Ogre. Final Fantasy Tactics, etc. I think we're not... I don't know if we need that. Ranged resist seems useful. I don't know. Keep moving on. Messenger never returned. And buy a troop slot. Do we have to do that at? Oh, I see. If we could, we don't have any space for more troops. Claim the farmhouse. Claimed things? Oh, we didn't pick up this. The shiny stuff. And we pick it up and I guess it's just instantly available anywhere. We done? What am I missing? Hey. Just add a Y at the end. Legally distinct. Can't we just do that? Yeah. Good sounds, good sound effects. So it's not going to let us merge these militia because there's too many. Suppose we should have taken command on our last level up. Would let us have more troops. Might as well go around checking out everything we can, right? Just get XP for visiting some of these. Don't have anything really to spend gold on yet, so we have so many of these stacked. It comes out to bad defense. Some of them are probably fighting against each other, but do you know what they're going to grant before you go to them? Probably. No, like this waterfall just says source of power. And now it tells us what it does. A little bit hard for me to know what the paths are. But it does tell you before you move. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay. More defense. Sprite does not update. That's okay. Different variations of sprites depending on what everything that could possibly be equipped. That doesn't... Not likely to go well. We will not be able to go here? Okay. I guess on we go. Mercenaries. They came up pretty close. Nothing too special about them. We've got musketeers. Going to get an attack of opportunity. We go here. They got alerted. Oh, and they only have a certain number of retaliations. You can see that. One retaliation remaining. I don't like that left clicking doesn't show that, though. I have to just mouse over. Oh, what resource does Insect Swarm use? So it's one that we don't... We can just use it. Few more losses there. Let's increase command. And maybe let's go, well, we have plenty of time, right? We can just program in and they'll just follow it every turn, right? Oh, that's frustrating. We have to keep clicking it? Ugh. I don't like that. There's probably a better way to do that. I just don't know it. Something to spend our gold on. We now have militia. Ah, so it's like it produces a stack over time. So we already had an archer's helmet. How can I keep the path and make them move along it? I guess I double click? Ugh, this is so weird. Why can't I just program in the... I know why, because they don't want you to accidentally leave somebody moving and then we go, oh crap, I want to undo that. That's probably why. Too strong. I gotta be honest, I'm paying very little attention to this story. Oh, this has taken a little bit longer than I was thinking a single mission might, but that's just fine. We have autosave, quick save, we can save a game. I think that's going to do it for this trying out. I'm sure I will play more of this in the future, so I'm not sure how long I'll stay up with it, but I think we'll expect at least a couple more sessions of this, at the very least, because we've barely gotten the real experience of this game. We're still kind of in a tutorial, But this has been fun. I'm glad I picked this up so far. And this has been songs plural? Songs of Conquest. Songs plural of Conquest. And thank you for watching.